For over a decade now, The Weeknd has been telling one grand story: his fall into darkness and his search for redemption. Every album, every era, every song has been leading up to this moment. And now, for the first time, we finally see where it all was leading. Hurry Up Tomorrow ties everything together in one of the most ambitious narratives in music history. Only, it wasn't what anyone expected.
It doesn't take long for the skies to get a bit cloudy again on The Abyss featuring Lana Del Rey.
Let me close my eyes with dignity. Let's end it all.
The highest point in Abel's career brings us not to a perfection of The Weeknd's character, but instead to some of the darkest, lowest moments of all. And it begs the question, now that we have the whole story, was The Weeknd ever really redeemed? Or was the ending never what we thought it would be? What if we misunderstood his journey all along? The first time I listened to this album, it took a minute to really get into the story because of how absolutely insane the transitions are between the first couple of tracks.
I get it now. No, it's my fucking voice, okay? Listen to the door. I can't sing. I can't fucking sing.
I should have known something deeper was coming though, even from the very first lines on the album. But the first moment that really gave me pause was Baptized in Fear. To explain why, a quick recap to those who are just discovering this story. This album was confirmed to be the last leg of another 3-album trilogy, but this time it was the story of the end of The Weeknd. Inspired by the Divine Comedy, After Hours represents Inferno, as we see The Weeknd battle temptation in LA and Vegas, in a vicious cycle of giving in to his vices, admitting that he's the monster but unable to change, eventually overdosing in the final track. Dawn FM represents Purgatorio, where the listener is guided through purgatory as The Weeknd's character has to come to terms with who he was after he died. Finally, this album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, was long awaited as the redemption story, where he makes amends and makes it to Paradiso, or afterlife. With that background in place, you can understand my surprise when, instead of pearly gates, we're confronted with this picture.
Shit. I fell asleep in the tub, I was fed with paralysis. My foot hit the faucet, water started flowing in. Couldn't scream for help, I just slowly felt the pressure hit. Moving one toe was the only form of motion left. Can't breathe for air, can't breathe. Trying to remember everything that my preacher said. Trying to wrap my wrongs, my regrets, filling up my head. All the times I dodged it, this can't be the way it ends, no.
Hang on, I thought that at this point in the story, The Weeknd was already dead. Why are we hit with this depressing scene? But that's when I remembered Abel cryptically posting that time works differently here. Keeping this in mind really helps in understanding this album. I like to imagine it as a wild ride inside The Weeknd's head, similar to when your life flashes before your eyes before you die, or so they say. Scenes jump between the past and the future without warning as we're thrown into different moments throughout his discography that he must face as he approaches heaven. With this in mind, I like to think that Baptized in Fear is actually looking back at that same death scene at the end of After Hours, but from a different perspective. In Until I Bleed Out, we're given a more glamorous view of the death of The Weeknd, more in line with Hollywood culture. If you're gonna go out, do it in style. But here, we're given a more introspective look at the moment he dies. There's nothing romantic about an overdose. All that we're left with is a slow, helpless moment, alone and afraid. And so, this album is full of such moments that feel like an all-time low for this character.
I just hope you're not back to the old you. How much longer are you in Texas for? I'm just worried. You worked so hard to be better, and now you're back, drowning in that shit.
I just wanna die when I'm at my fucking peak. Drink it slow, won't drink it slow.
At the same time though, as we find ourselves looking back over all the failings of this character, this villain, we look forward to the moment that he finally finds a way to become the good guy, the hero of the story. But does that moment ever come? I'll answer that in a second, but side note, Lana, bro. Can we just take a second to appreciate this section? Okay, anyway, where was I? It shouldn't have surprised me that he would take this approach on the final album. Throughout his musical career, Abel's always liked to dip into the darkness to make the light seem even brighter.
I guess that's why they hit me up to work on it, because that's what the music is. It's raw, it's dark, and it's good to have darkness because when the light comes, it feels that much better, I feel.
And we do get that brightness on this album too. At the same time that all these dark moments take place, there's this continued cry out for change. And this time, it's explicitly religious in tone, as the character finds himself approaching heaven.
Master of deceptive lies, made me vulnerable, left me all alone. Every time I lost my way, I lost my faith in you. Fighting my temptations, put my body through abuse. Devil tricks with paradise, none of it is true. Fighting for your light, hoping that it's worth all the bleeding. When I'm defeated, give me mercy like you do, and forgive me like you do.
After fully admitting to himself and to God of his sins, it seems like he's finally in the headspace to try to understand what led to him becoming the villain in the first place. I don't think he's trying to explain away or blame his failings on external factors though. I think it's more that he's finally able to be honest with himself. In Take Me Back to LA, he revisits some more moments on After Hours, discovering that he was equally broken and hopeless when he was together with his partner and when he was alone. He tried leaving her to live alone in LA, then tried leaving LA, blaming both in turn for his unhappiness, but what's the one constant here? It was him.
And I watched while you wiped your eyes, then I learned to compromise, and that's when I realized that it's better when I'm by myself. I put my hand over the fire and see if I can still cry, and that's when I realized that I hate it when I'm by myself. By myself.
Some of the deepest introspection happens on the track Red Terror, elaborated on with the music video. A bit of research quickly revealed that Red Terror was a war in Ethiopia that Abel's real-life parents may very well have fled from. As always though, there's layers to this story. I think that the chilling line, "Hush, my child," is a double meaning. In the first chorus, it's the Weeknd talking to his inner child, suppressing him.
I hold you for hours long, never heavy. I won't let you be. Hush, my child, you're mine. Oh,
The second time, though, he writes from the perspective of his mother comforting him as a child.
Your mama loves you. You'll never be alone. Hush, my child. Your love. All my life, I've tried to keep you.
To rip the mask off, to allow that child to speak, is painful because it means peeling back the layers, but also because it means he has to finally admit to himself and to that child that in the way he's been living, he has failed his mom and the innocence she taught him. This is also why the child seems unbothered by the gore at the end, because ripping it off is more painful for the Weeknd in the present. For the child, it's liberating. But where does that liberation lead him?
Wash me with your fire. Who else has to pay for my sins? My love's fabricated. It's too late to save it. Now I'm ready for the end. So burn me with your light. I have no more fights left to win. Tie me up to face it. I can't run away and I'll accept that it's the end. And I hope that I find what I'm looking for. I hope someone's watching from up above. I'm done with the lies, I'm done with the loss. I hope my confession is enough. So I see heaven after love. I want heaven when I die. I wanna change. I want the pain no more. Hey.
That's it? The end of one of the biggest voices of our generation, and all that we get is a hope that he'll make it? Is that really all there is to the story? But then, just when you think that the story's over and he's finally out of tricks, he leaves us with this. Much has already been said about the final moments of the song, playing a snippet of High for this first track on his mixtape, House of Balloons. Many are theorizing that the song ends in tragedy, with The Weeknd doomed to repeat his past mistakes, stuck in the loop of wanting to change, but being unable to do so on his own strength. Personally though, I think there's something more going on here. You'll notice that the audio cuts out at the last second, so it's not a perfect transition to the beginning of his career, more of a reminder, a vague reference perhaps. And I don't think this is by mistake. I believe he did this to create ambiguity and force us to ask this question. Was The Weeknd ever really redeemed? It feels like the music equivalent of the end of Inception, where the top spins and wobbles but cuts out before we see if it falls or not. And you're just left asking, was it all a dream? Was anything in this movie real? But what makes this ending so powerful is that we don't need the answer. I think the main point in Inception was that the dreams the main character had were just as real as reality, so he doesn't care anymore. He just wants to be with his family, and what's more real than that? I think in a similar way, The Weeknd is forcing us to ask the question, but we don't need the answer. He's pointing to something deeper here, using this story as a way to point to some hard questions and truths. Is it enough to admit that you aren't enough? Does saying sorry truly change anything in and of itself? Why are you so afraid to ask God for help when you're going to meet him one day anyway? Perhaps it's his way of asking us, the listener, through this character in his final moments, as we're unsure if he made it to heaven at all. Forget The Weeknd for a moment. Have you found redemption?